So, exact location login. Why do I think it's critically important for the game? Well, the shortest answer is that without it, cityscapes like Area 18 are just dead content. So imagine you're new to the game. So when I was new to the game, my fantasy was to spend time in cityscapes, go to bars, have drinks, check for missions, and sometimes fly out and come back to the city. And sometimes have drinks in bars with friends to decide where to go on missions outside. I think some YouTube videos pretend they're doing that where they meet with friends in cityscapes, sit down on tables, and then decide on missions and go outside. And I think it's all an illusion that nobody actually does in practical gameplay. And the reason for that is the way login and logout currently works. So currently, if you're new to the game, if you want to log out in a way so you can continue the game session the exact point where you left off, you have to get in your spaceship, get very far away from the landing zone or space station, then get into the bed of your ship, log out, and then the next time you log back into the ship. And for cityscapes or space stations, social places to actually function like that, it has to be changed. It has to be changed so that if you as a player log out, doesn't matter which way of logging out, whether you sleep in a bed or just press Alt F4, the game should replicate your character position when you next time log in, the exact location where you were the last time. Okay, now here's a graph to explain it. Okay, let's say you are in the hab in Area 18, and your friend is in a medium-sized ship out in space in the orbit of Arco. Let's say you want to meet in a bar to have a chat and decide what to do next. Okay, so if you're here, you start the gaming session, you run to the bar, it takes you half a minute or a minute to get there from the hub. Okay, so for you, it's not a long distance to run. However, for your friend, if he has a medium-sized ship and he's in space, he probably will take 10 minutes to get to the ground, land in a spaceport, then take the tram to get to the bar, so he can meet you. Okay, so 1 minute for you, sit there, he waits, and he takes 10 minutes to get there. Now let's say you both want to end the game session after 30 minutes of playing. You just want to talk in the bar and perhaps not do much in that gaming session other than that. Now for you, if you want to stay narco up, on the surface, it doesn't mean much. You can just log out, you just have to run back half a minute the next time. Or for your friend, he now has a problem. If he logs out where he is right now in the bar, he will snap back to the Area 18. So if he wants to get back the next gaming session to the ship in space, he has to run through that place, 3 or 4 minutes, get to the spaceport, another 4 or 5 minutes, depending how long it goes, whether he catches a tram or not, and then get back into space 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of the ship. So next time he starts playing the game, he has a block of 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay that is exactly the same every time, down to spawning in the hub, going into the elevator, having this guy talk about how amazing that beer is, with the exact same voice line every single time. It's like being forced to play a cutscene over and over every time. So what's the practical way to play it? You completely avoid cities. Okay, yeah, that's the radius of a hub bubble. They're basically black holes that players avoid, which inverts the purpose of city gameplay, because cities are supposed to be the social hubs where players come, they go to shops, they meet each other, they talk. And currently the game does the opposite of inviting or enticing players to actually go to cities. The game does currently everything to make players avoid cities as much as they can. And ironically, those are the most detailed places in the game, where they put in the most detail. And it could be simply fixed by changing the login system. So let's say you are in Area 18, same scenario, you go to the bar, and you can later log out of that point and start back into the bar. So you don't even waste a minute just running back and forth this part. And your friend you met in the bar, if persistence will be walking and the login persistence too, he could log out in the bar, the next gaming session log back into the bar, immediately chat with his friend in the bar, and then go back to his spaceship or the location he was in space.